Hi, I'm Tim Mosso, Director IW Magazine, and today I'm going to share with you the Glashutte original Senator Chronometer Regulator. This is an interesting watch, 42mm manual winding in white gold. It's a model that was introduced at Baselworld 2013 as the follow-up to 2009's Senator Chronometer. Now, the Regulator Dial, a layout reminiscent of the old mother clocks used to regulate watches in watchmakers' workshops, separates the indications of the seconds, the hours, and the minutes into discrete dials within the frame. You'll also note the stepped double-digit panoramic date at 3 o'clock and the up-down power reserve gauge of 44 hours at 9 o'clock. This is an interesting watch that begs examination from the outside in, so let's start on the outside here. You can see that the case is beautifully finished with contrasting satin and high polish areas atop the double-stepped bezel and the hoods of the lugs. The satin finish is on the flanks and it nicely breaks up the mass of gold. Now the watch is large, 42mm, but wonderfully slim, only 12mm thanks to the manual winding caliber. From lug to lug it's about 48.5mm, so it's a full-figured modern watch, but it's not in the oversized genre. Now the strap is wonderfully substantial. It's a large round scale alligator leather with monotone stitch. It is black. It does feature a substantial amount of bolstering down the center to give it a little bit of body and volume. It feels remarkably high quality with folded edges. You can also see that it does taper as it moves away from the case, and it's matched with a beautiful and beautifully finished Glashutte original single fold deployant. This feels very substantial in the hand. You can see that one swing arm is matte finished, one is high polished, but nothing is unfinished. There's no evidence of stamping. There's no evidence of machining and manufacture. Beautifully done with the Glashutte original marquee on the exterior. Now jumping back to the exterior of the watch, you can see that that polished bezel, double stepped with a nice character line in the middle, frames what Glashutte original describes as a varnished granet silver dial. This is a technique that Glashutte original has pioneered, in which a sort of form of lacquer through multiple applications creates a delicate grained texture, so it has a bit of a matte appearance. It catches the light and softly glows rather than exploding the way conventional high gloss lacquer would. Conventional lacquer looks a lot like enamel. It has almost a wet appearance. This is beautifully, one might even say textured, almost like the shell of an egg. Now you can see that all of the core indications, hours, minutes, and seconds, are literally arrayed respectively from 12 to 6. And you can see that that central axis defines the time-telling functions of the watch, but there is a bit of nuance here. You'll note the use of Roman numerals for the hours and Arabic numerals with railroads, galvanized railroad-style minute and seconds tracks on the minute track outboard and the seconds track inset. You'll also note the discrete AM-PM indicator on the dial at 12, so you can distinguish whether you're looking at, for instance, 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. quite easily. Now the pair-style hands are remarkably keyed to a singular hacking mechanism. Watch carefully now. You'll see that the seconds hand jumps to the index at 60. That's not completely unprecedented, but the additional refinement is that this watch also jumps the minute hand to the nearest minute for precise synchronization to an inaccurate reference time such as an atomic clock. Now separately, the subregisters for the power reserve trace a 44-hour manually wound power reserve and a panoramic date or double-digit date that is the signature of Glashutte original. Turn the watch over and you get to see the hand-wound 58 jewel caliber 58-4. Now this is a unique piece because it is a manufacturer chronometer, but not the one that we're used to seeing. COSC is the standard that we've become familiar with thanks to Swiss watchmaking, and while ubiquitous, it's just a little bit less comprehensive than the DKD chronometer standard that Glashutte original applies to this timepiece. The movement actually is tested for the same 15 days, but fully cased up, and the test of a fully cased watch is a more representative trial of the chronometric performance of the timepiece. Now I'll unhack the movement, allowing the balance to beat away at 28,800 vibrations per hour. You'll note the unique finishing standards here. Fully hand-engraved balance cock beneath a black-polished swan's neck regulator. The other distinctive elements of the German watchmaking school are the three-quarter style bridge, which you'll note feature Glashütte stripes, not Geneva waves, as well as the securing of the train jewels. You can see them along the line just next to the corporate marquee, securing of the train jewels in pocket watch style golden chaton held in by screws. This is a vintage reference. It's a beautiful modern anachronism that Glashutte Original continues to practice in some of its more high-end movements. Also note an engineering refinement, the planetary system that allows the mainspring barrel to be wound easily. And the watch does have a very creamy and satisfying tactile sensation when being wound. This is a handsome, practical, versatile, and technologically formidable watch, combining equal measures of the watchmaker's art in the dial and case with beautifully finished movement and beautifully engineered specifications. You can see this watch on our website, IW Magazine, and read the copy accompanying this video, but please sound off in the comment threads and visit IW Magazine for the latest news, views, reviews, and multimedia of luxury watches.